Welcome to another part of our CSS tutorial. Today I will be going over setting background properties with CSS. We use background properties to define background effects for HTML elements. Over here I have a HTML page with one heading, Welcome to CSS tutorial, and then I have three paragraphs with a random text. So if you pause the video and type this up, and then open it in your browser, this is currently what it looks like. The first background property I will go over is the background color. So I have a CSS file, I'll call it style.css, already added to this HTML page with the link, and this is my style.css. Currently it is empty, so it's not setting any styles. To set the background color, I'll first write the body, so I'll apply this to the entire document body, and then write background color, and I'll set it to some random color. So if you save and refresh your browser, you should see it setting the background color now. As you can see, it set to this pinkish purple color. So now, instead of setting the color, to set the background image, if you wanted, you would just have to do background then image, and then write the URL for the image. So for example, also you can write the local path as well. So I'll give the path to my background image. So if you type background image and give a proper URL and then save it, and then if you refresh, you should see the background image being set, as you can see here. Now this image by default repeats horizontally and vertically. So to set the background repeat property, you would just use the background repeat property. So it just write background dash repeat. This will control if you want to repeat and which direction you can repeat. So if you put no repeat, it will just place the background image at one time at the top left corner. So if you save this now and then refresh your browser, you will see this background is on the top left corner only. You can also do repeat Y, which will repeat the image going down. So if you refresh, as you can see here, repeat X will repeat the image going horizontally, as you can see here. Also you can do repeat, which will repeat throughout the document, as you can see here. Also note, the repeat value is the default value for background repeat property. So if you don't have this, then this property is set to repeat. I'll set this to no repeat for now. So this is what it currently looks like. Now you may also notice that by default the image gets placed at the top left position. You can control the start position of the background by adding background position property. So if you put background position, this will let you place the starting point of the image. So if you put, for example, right top, this will by default put this image on the right side at the top. So if you save this and refresh, as you can see here, you can also put right center. It'll put at the center on the right, and right bottom. So the first value is always left, center, and right, and the second value is always top, center, and bottom. If you do, for example, center, center, it'll place the background image right in the center here. You can also give the position in terms of pixels and percentages. For example, if you do 100 pixel by 100, 200 pixel, this will be the X position and this is the Y. So if you save this, and it'll move the background image appropriately. So it moved down 200 pixels and horizontally 100. You can also give in terms of percentages. So if, for example, you had given it 50% and 50%, it'll place it at the center, right at the center, because X will be 50% and Y will also be 50%, as you can see here. Now let's say you positioned and set the background, but when you scroll, the background scrolls with the content. Right now I don't have a scroll bar, so let me just copy one of the paragraph tags. Actually, I'll just copy all of them and place them again. And if you save, and then if I refresh, I get the background here. As you can see, the background image is moving when I scroll down. So if you want to make it stay put where you place it and not move around when you scroll down, you can use the background attachment property. So if you go to the style.css again, I'll remove the background position. So by default it will move back to the top, as you can see here. So if you do background dash attachment, and then if you put fixed, it will not let the background image move when you're scrolling down. So if you save and refresh, and if you try scrolling down, you will see that the background image is not moving with the content. The content is scrolling up and down, but the image stays at the place that you set it. Now you can also set the background image size. So for example, if you wanted this image to be smaller, you can do so with the background dash size. And then if you put, for example, 50 pixel by 50 pixel, it'll set the X and the Y of the image to 50 by 50. So if you save and refresh, as you can see here, the image is very small now. Now you can also use the shorthand background property, which is just writing background, and then this property, the first you can give it is the background color. For example, if you give like this, and then you can also give the background image. So for example, if you give the image that we had used here, and the third value it expects is the position or the background size, center if you wanted, and then third you can give it whether or not it repeats. So I'll put it at no repeat. And if you save this, actually I'll comment this out so that these four aren't considered. So if you save this and refresh, you should see the background image. As you can see, it is at the center since I had placed it. at this position and it does not repeat, and this is the background color that we set. So this is the way you use the shorthand. All the values are not required. I mean, the first value you can give it is it has to be in this order. The first value is the background color, then you give the background image, and then you give the position or the size of the background, and then you give it the repeat property, and then you can give attachment at the end. So for example, if you wanted to give it a fixed like this and you refresh, this time it will be centered, and when you scroll it won't be moving. So now this covers most of the background properties in CSS. It will be beneficial if you try out the different values combinations for each property and see the behavior. If you have any questions, do leave a comment and remember to subscribe. Thank you.